Hello everyone, this is Crossfire. Welcome back to the FPS series tutorials, and this is where we left off. We created a flashlight and we created a system that in which the flashlight can be picked up by the player, and that's where exactly we left off. And after this, I'm going to create a new scene, and I'm going to bring the actual rigid body FPS out. Okay, we can see that our system is completely saved. So the thing is that we don't want our FSMs to be saved into the original rigid body FPS system. So in order to do that, just re-import the characters package and everything will be fine. And I'm going to leave this like this. Okay, maybe I'll just delete the pistol and delete the final state machine that we created, so that it doesn't actually. Okay, it's for shooting, so we don't want shooting now. And this episode is completely based upon the flashlight, and we will try and make some horror elements for our game. So let's get started. This would be our basic player. Of course, this is the actual prefab that we get without any FSMs. So let's bring in our flashlight. Where is our flashlight? Yeah, this one. So this is our flashlight base. I am going to parent it to the main camera and reset its position and scale. So as you can see, the scale is too big for our player. So there we go. And you can see that it is, you can tweak the position. You can see it's right there. But actually, you might want the player to see it pretty close. And you can bring this a little bit here, and that's it. It looks good, I guess. Okay, so that's how exactly we will be seeing the player's flashlight. And let's create a simple plane to start off and reset its position. And the first thing you need to do in horror elements is that turn this down to -50 and the intensity to 0. In that way you can't see anything. So you go to flashlight base and you create a basic spotlight, and this spotlight will be having an intensity of 5, I guess. So you can see what exactly is in front of you, and you can say it has soft shadows, and let's just save the scene, flashlight, and just hit play so that we can test it around with the flashlight. Okay, the main problem is that the flashlight is having gravity. So let's just take that off and just freeze its position. You make sure that you don't apply it, because this is basically for the pickable flashlight that we created, and it has the FSM which is for the pickable item. So that's it. Now if you hit play, it would be attached to the player, and if you move the mouse you can look at things, and that's it. So let's just go out, and the problem with this is that it should be somewhere around here, and increase the spotlight's angle so that we can see a little bit more. So that's a good way to make things brighter. And you can actually take the directional light and set this to -40, or say -30. You can tweak it to the range in which you can hardly see the ground, and you can see that -20 is doing a good job. So I would say this is good. And let's add in a basic jump scare so that we need to scare our player. So ouch. So you can hit this button right on the top to actually make things brighter, and turn it off to make it look what exactly it looks like. So you can either build a room, or you can put cubes on the sides as walls and make a basic place to move, I guess. So I would just try this, a cube. I would just do this. And hit build. Go to faces. I would create a basic wall for our room, and I hope the player fits in this. Yeah, he would fit in this. So you can actually make it look creepy by adding stuff. You can add creepy environment, and you can see that it's pretty good. Ouch. Okay. Okay, now it looks like a wall, and it's closed and it's looking good. So we have a basic closed room for the player to roam. So let's place this at the end of the plane, and you can compare the height of the players, and with that you can tweak the settings. Okay, now that's good. So you can see that this is a little bit more brighter. I would prefer total darkness. Yeah, now that's good. And let's hit play and observe our newly created room. You can either model that in any modeling stuff. Okay, that's more creepy. That's because we have the rigid body component. Rotation is fixed, and now I hope it won't be rotating as we go on. Yeah, so yeah, okay. I think the player is stuck at the wall. Let me check. The player is literally stuck inside the wall. Wow, okay. That's one hell of a problem. So just get out of the game if you face that. And that's because the collider of the player is being intersected by the rooms or whatever collider it is. So that way we can create a basic haunted stuff room, and you can create basic rooms like this as well. Can Okay, you can delete the faces so that it can act as a bridge, and you can just drag another platform, and this acts as a bridge between the two. And we need is basically when the player comes out of this bridge, he faces a ragdoll that falls down and scares the shit out of him. So that's what we will like to do. Let's create a basic character mesh. We don't need to make it look so natural, but we will try and make it look human. And this is basically a face, I guess. Or we can do another thing. We can just create 1 2 3 4 6 of them, and just make this, create character joints on them. just select all of them and go to add component and say joint. So we have joints and we need the central thing to be attached to everything else, and let's try that. Okay, so that it looks natural. Okay, the face is pretty big for him. Okay, now it looks good. So now we will select this and name it main, and we will connected body main, connected body main. Ouch. Okay, main arm main, and for the same to these as well. And let's create a duplicate light for debugging and just hit play so that we can see what exactly is going on with our joint character. Okay, you can see that these are attached to this particular object. Okay, so one thing is that I will attach one of them. I'll just say anything and hit play again so that we can test. Yeah, you can see that it worked well, and we have a basic dead body. I mean, it doesn't look like a dead body, but it is a dead body. So we will just ouch. Okay, we will create a parent object for each one of them and name this ragdoll, but the process of a ragdoll is completely different than this. I would say I would teach that in a different tutorial if you want, but this is not the actual ragdoll system. The actual ragdoll system is similar to character joints, but it has a complete procedure. It has each bone attached to it. I will show that in a bit. So for now, this is our parent object, and we will select each one of them and drag them into the ragdoll, and now we can see that this is our scarecrow, or you can say that this is needed for the player to be scared. Now you can turn this on and turn this off. So this will be our prefab. I will just drag this into the prefabs menu and create an empty object right there and drag it out so that we can note down the position, and I will say spawn and this particular thing will be right here, and well, let's create a cube down here, and this is going to be acting as a trigger for the player, and when he enters this trigger, it will spawn. And this, make sure that the box collider is acting as a trigger. Just go to Playmaker, add a quick FSM, and say trigger event. On trigger, enter player send event scare, I guess, yeah, scare. That means create an object which is a vector in the spawn point. So that's it, I guess. Make sure that this tag is set to player and hit play, and oh, okay, you can see that this, okay, that didn't scare me, but that was because this mesh renderer was on. Make sure to take that off and bring this spawn to a little bit down, I guess. This is completely based on, you know, how 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 do you scare your player. So just save it and hit play. I'm sure I'm ready to be scared. I'll just walk in. Okay, everything's fine. And wow, okay, that's good. That's a good jump scare. That's not a jump scare, but it's quite good. So that's it for this tutorial, and we can make an AI in the next tutorial maybe, and make it more scarier. So I can't wait to make that. So let's meet in the next tutorial. This is Crossfire signing out, and like this video and subscribe for more tutorials on Unity 3D and Playmaker. So I wanted to make him dance. That is cool. Okay, bye.